Today on DC News Now, starting this week off warm, but will it last? Meteorologist Damon Matson is tracking your full forecast.
A Charles County student back at home after being released from the hospital after a concerning incident that happened in a school bathroom. I'll tell you what parents have to say.
The stage is set for a big election in the Commonwealth, and it could determine control of the state Senate.
Battling bad allergies this season?
November is actually one of the 2 worst seasons in the year.
Hear from a local doc for some helpful tips on how to protect you and your family. We're getting in the spirit as fans and players gear up for a championship matchup. A look at what the DMV can expect as the Washington Spirit go for the big win.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hello and good afternoon. Thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Shanika Grimshaw filling in for Mark Hall. We have meteorologist Damon Matson with the check on this forecast. And Damon, I just have to say, I'm just impressed with this weather. This morning, it was a bit cold, but it is warming up to the 70s.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice and warm one here today. And I know, yeah, Shanika's a fan of that. Some of you out there as well liking these warmer temperatures showing back up for us. Now, we did have some high clouds. That's going to be one theme of the day. It's going to be rather quiet overall, but you're not going to see totally sunny skies as we watch a frontal boundary cross on through, develop a few of these high clouds that will filter that sunshine a little bit as we go throughout the rest of the afternoon. But that is about it. We're only going to see those high clouds, and that will keep temperatures still rising. Look at this. We're already at the 70-degree mark in D.C. Just like that. Did not take very long. Lexington Park also at 70. And then we do have those middle to upper 60s from the I-81 corridor eastward. A little chillier in some mountain locations to the west. But all in all, we're all jumping up through those 60s. So it will feel fantastic the rest of the day. Those temperatures across the board should hover in the upper 60s, lower 70s as we see some of that high cloud cover sticking around, and it should not feel all that uncomfortable even as we head toward the start of your Monday night. So things are great right now. We have warm temperatures, quiet conditions, but is that all about to change as we head toward the middle of the week? We'll have that answer in your full forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. 12:02 this afternoon, developing now. Breaking earlier today out of Prince George's County, Maryland State Police closed down all northbound lanes of I-95. That's after they found a man with gunshot wounds outside of his car. The man was taken to an area hospital, and right now we don't know the latest on his condition. To stay up to date on the latest in this investigation, just stay with us on DC News Now or visit our website, dcnewsnow.com. And parents in Charles County, Maryland are concerned about the lack of transparency surrounding an incident in a school bathroom that sent a child to the hospital. DC News Now's Yamari Sase was there and has the latest.
Yeah, a student here at Barnhart Elementary School is finally home from the hospital after the school says their jacket was caught on a bathroom stall hook while playing around with another student. Now, many parents believe that there's more to the story and they just want some clarity.
I just think it's unacceptable.
Frustrations arise from community members and parents of Charles County students.
I just was immediately concerned about, hey, what happened to the level that this child had to be sent all the way to a children's hospital.
On Friday, in a letter sent to parents of C. Paul Barnhart Elementary School, the principal says 2 students were playing around in the school bathroom when a child's jacket got caught on the hook of a bathroom stall, and the child couldn't free themselves. The other student quickly got help, and the school called 911.
Just a little horseplay or whatever could have potentially happened, it could have turned fatal, and that concerns me as a parent.
It got me terribly upset because I feel as though the teachers and all should have better supervision over the kid.
A woman that claims to be the child's mother posted on social media sharing what happened, and she mentioned bullying. We did reach out to her but didn't hear back. Many were concerned about the lack of transparency from the school.
There's so much that takes place that we don't know about, and if you're not in a group chat, you have no idea what's going on in your own neighborhood.
In a statement on Sunday, the superintendent, Maria Navarro, addressed the public, saying in part, "I have seen comments online stating the school and CCPS are covering up what happened. This is not true. The principal nor the school system are hiding anything. Rather, we are sharing what information we can while we conduct a full investigation." A rally planned by a group of parents was canceled Monday morning out of respect for the child's family. Now, this is an ongoing investigation being handled by the school and the sheriff's office. Reporting in Charles County, I'm Yamari Sase, DC News Now.
All right, Yamari, thank you. Now, in Virginia, a young child is dead after being hit by a truck. It happened Saturday near Transworld Avenue in Chantilly. Fairfax County Police say 3-year-old Hugo Nolasco was playing near the street with other children when the driver hit him. So far, it is not known if the driver will be charged with a crime. Police say they're cooperating. And the Maryland's Attorney General office is investigating a deadly collision involving a deputy during an attempted traffic stop in Calvert County. Officials say the deputy saw a driver speed by near the intersection of 261 and 17th Street in Chesapeake Beach. When the deputy tried to pull the driver over, they kept driving. And officials say the driver then crossed over into oncoming traffic, left the road, and struck a telephone pole. He was pronounced dead on scene. Body-worn camera footage of the incident is expected to be released within 20 days. And Prince George's County Police are working to identify the victim of a deadly hit and run on Saturday night. Police say it happened at around 9 p.m. in Marlow Heights on St. Barnabas Road near Branch Avenue. This is where police found the woman dead in the road. The driver of the vehicle did not stay on scene. Police are searching for the driver. And DC Fire and EMS also responding to a fire in Northwest yesterday. Officials say it broke out in the top floor of this 3-story residential building you see there on your screen. That's on Cathedral Avenue near the Swiss Embassy. Luckily, no one was injured and the cause of the fire is still under investigation. 12:06 in the district, DC police need your help finding the people responsible for 2 smash and grabs at 2 separate businesses in Northeast DC. Here's surveillance footage you're seeing here on your screen of the burglaries. Now, both happened a month apart on H Street. The first one happened in September at a luxury men's apparel and footwear store. The most recent break-in happened last month at a vape shop. One person tells us they witnessed one of the burglaries.
Coming out and running up and down the street, and then cars pulled up and picked a bunch of them up.
Police have not confirmed if the 2 crimes are connected. Anyone with information is asked to contact them. DC News Now is your local election headquarters, and just when you thought election season was over, Virginia has more elections ahead. Voters in Loudoun County will choose a state senator to fill the seat vacated by Congressman-elect Suha Subramaniam. DC News Now's Haley Milon is here to tell us about the race.
Parties appointing a candidate for the seat, and this is a big one, guys. It'll determine control of the state Senate currently held by Democrats, and this is a state Senate District 32 comprised of the fast-growing Democrat-leaning Eastern Loudoun. Think the Dulles Corridor, and when I say Democrat-leaning, I mean it splits about 60-40 for the Democrats, but Republicans did better than polls projected they would in the 10th District congressional race, possibly suggesting some momentum there. Now, Democrats chose state delegate Cannon Servasian. He's a member of the Virginia Medicaid Board in a firehouse-style primary on Saturday. Servasian carried 2,600 of the 6,000 votes. Now, the GOP chose schools activist Tume Harding, and remember, Loudoun County, a hotbed for the pandemic-era uproar over education. Per Virginia code, an election to fill Subramaniam's seat must be held within 45 days, and it'll be held on January 7th. I'm Haley Milon. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Haley. And with Donald Trump heading back to the White House, more cuts to Medicaid may be on the way. Medicaid is one of the largest sources of federal funding for states, and the federal government provides more than half of the program's money in the state of Virginia. A local mother, Tisha Newton's son, had a metabolic stroke at 9 months old. She fears what the future holds for his care.
Metabolic crisis, which is a metabolic stroke. After that, we went home and he was like a newborn baby all over again. If there's a pullback, their whole life would change.
President-elect Trump has been on silent on Medicaid plans during his last term. He approved work requirements for some, and back in 2017, the House of Representatives passed a bill that would wipe out a quarter of the program's federal funding. And in the district today, Mayor Muriel Bowser and community leaders cut the ribbon at the Go-Go Museum and Cafe. That was in historic Anacostia. This marks the launch of the first institution dedicated to celebrating and preserving go-go, which has historically been a heartbeat of DC's cultural identity. The mayor is celebrating the opening with co-founders Ronald Moten and Dr. Natalie Hopkinson, as well as other local artists. And check it out, a new mural popping up in Fairfax County. Take a look at your screen there. Very nice. It shows two kids communicating through 2 tin cans and a string. It's painted on the side of the Eileen Garnett Civic Space in Annandale and also features some plants native to the city. This is the very first mural from Paint It Fairfax, an initiative meant to revitalize commercial areas with art pieces just like this one. Deer hunting season is now underway in Virginia, and there's some rules officials want everyone to follow. According to the state's Department of Wildlife Resources, from now until January 4th, hunters are required to use firearms in their hunting, and the specific types of firearms is regulated by the city or county you hunt in. And all hunters must have a valid license and are required to take a safety course.
That you make sure that all of your hunting dogs have properly marked collars. So if a dog is picked up by someone else, they know who the rightful owner of the dog is.
Officials also recommend everyone in hunting areas, including hikers, wear bright orange or pink clothing so they can be more easily seen by other hunters. All right, coming up on DC News Now, a fight back this allergy season. A local doctor joins us to explain why allergies are so bad in November and what you can do to protect you and your family.
And we have plentiful sunshine out there today, but when will that next round of rainfall roll in? We'll have a full look at your forecast after the break.
You're watching DC News Now at noon. Stick around. We'll be right back.